I'm Marcella, and this is Feel the News, the only news show that tells you exactly how you should feel about the news. So yesterday, Trump told everyone that he is taking hydroxychloroquine as a preventative measure against COVID-19, which shocked everyone. I don't know why. This is also the man who thinks we should spray Lysol into our mouth before we spray it on our dirty tub. So, how should you feel about the president publicly telling everyone that he is ingesting a non-proven drug to protect himself from COVID-19, a drug which, fun fact, can kill you? Ignore him, because while we and the press are focusing on Trump's nonsensical behavior, he is gutting our government. He is gutting our democracy, like you used to gut your siblings' Beanie Babies, you fucking monster. On May 15th, Donald Trump fired the State Department Inspector General Steve Linick at the recommendation of the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo because Steve Linick was doing his job. The IG's job is to prevent waste and fraud, and as you know, waste and fraud are literally two of Trump's and his associates' favorite hobbies when they aren't dancing with the devil. According to Time, Linick was investigating Pompeo for using State Department resources and personnel for personal use, like taking care of his dog and picking up takeout, which honestly is so irresponsible because my mother always said that if you can take care of your pet, then you shouldn't have it. But this isn't just about the dog. Congress is also looking into whether Trump fired Linick for investigating whether he, Trump, had used a declaration of emergency against Iran last year to sell weapons to Saudi Arabia without Congress's approval. But Linick wasn't the only IG that has been fired this month alone for doing his job. Trump is out here firing IGs like they are contestants on The Apprentice. He also got rid of Christy Grimm, the Human and Health Services IG, for saying that hospitals were facing shortages of testing supplies for COVID-19, which is true. He also fired Michael Atkinson, the Inspector General for the Intelligence Community, for getting him impeached. He also fired Glenn Fine, the Department of Defense IG, who surprisingly was also responsible for the $2 trillion of corona relief money. I wonder what will happen to that money now. And all of these IGs have been replaced by Trump loyalists, which is very scary. What Trump is doing is the equivalent of a child hiring their own babysitter, Jerry, who recently came out of prison for child abandonment after firing Ann, the old babysitter, for not letting them burn the house down and use their mother's credit card to buy a lifetime supply of Jolly Ranchers. Trump is purging all the checks on himself and on his corrupt friends' power so that he can turn the US government into his and his friends' personal playground. And that is scary. Before you know it, all the government workers will be doing their boss's chores and your taxpayer dollars will be paying for someone's pool. And that's how you should feel about that news. Bye!